Creekside football is on the air. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mandarin High School in Jacksonville, Florida for tonight's matchup between the Creekside Knights and the Mandarin Mustangs. I'm Noah Schlicksup, calling tonight's game live on Schlick Sports. Welcome here to Mandarin as we are 13 minutes out from kickoff between the Creekside Knights and the Mandarin Mustangs, as we got a great one for you today. The Knights and Mustangs both come into this one at 3-1. Mandarin coming off of an impressive 30-0 win over Atlantic Coast last week. A game in which, they dominated on all sides of the ball with 400 yards, nearly 400 yards of total offense for the Mustangs, led by a dominant performance from running back Tyant Weishi, who rushed for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaging 14.3 yards per carry. Tremel Jones, who's thrown for a touchdown in every game he's played as a Mustang, tacked on 2 through the air as well, one to Willem Grigo and the other to a sophomore receiver who's gotten off to a great start, catching at least one touchdown in 3 of his first 4 games. Jamie French Jr. Watch out for these 2 tonight. Mandarin's defense equally impressive in last game, as they pitched a shutout, continuing a nice string of performances lately, as they've allowed just 6 points in their last 2 games. However, they'll be facing one of the best offenses in the state tonight, including the 6th leading scorer in the state at running back, Nicky Williams. Nicky ran for 51 yards last week against one of, if not the best run defenses in the state, Buchholz. This might not sound like much, but this is coming against a team that allowed just 38 yards rushing against them through 3 games. These teams against them were literally averaging less than 1 yard per carry against them. The Knights were able to rush for over 3 times more yards against Buchholz than all other teams that faced the Bobcats did combined, with 149 yards total. Not only did they have success running the ball, but they also had the passing game rolling as well, passing for 266 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air. But that was last week. Earlier this week, I had the chance to sit down with Creekside head coach and Sean McIntyre and talk about tonight's matchup. Let's take a listen. I'm here with Coach Sean McIntyre, and Coach, I wanted to start off by talking about the athleticism of Mandarin. They have a deep wide receiver core, and Tremel Jones at quarterback. He's really good, one of the best young prospects in the state at that position, and something you guys struggled with last week is bringing those quick, speedy guys down. How are you working on this week and adjusting to that?
We've done a lot of good work. Did some perimeter drills this week to try to take care of the deficiencies. For sure, there was a deficiency last week, and we try to always take care of ourselves and try to get better each week from week to week. So we did those things. It's obviously hard for us to replicate the speed at which their kids play with. The Jackson kid, the French kid, those kids can really, really go. Their other receivers, number 81, can play too. And then the kids, they roll in 10 and 24, those kids can move. So trying to replicate that speed is difficult for us, but we did the best we could this week.
This will be, your 3rd matchup against Mandarin since you left them, or is it your 2nd?
I believe it's the 2nd. We played them in kickoff classics every other year, but that game obviously didn't count on the record book, but it's a 2nd official game.
So with a win this week, you would become the single most winningest head coach in Knights history. And if you were to get that win, it would be against your old team, the team that first gave you a job as a head coach. What would that mean to you?
I was never the head coach there. I was the assistant head coach. No, it's all good. This isn't about me. I have a tremendous assistant coaches. I have a tremendous support system from our administration. I work in a tremendous school district, and I have unbelievable kids who do everything that we ask them to do. And there's not been a Friday night that I have single-handedly prepared this team to play. It is a group effort, and I'm just proud to be a part of it, and hopefully help make a difference in some of these kids' lives, and probably as importantly, make really memorable experiences for them and lasting friendships for them. Hopefully 20 years down the road or 10 years down the road, these guys are in each other's weddings. When there's something bad going on in their life, they're calling each other, whether it be one of our coaches or one of our kids. That's what it means for me. The wins are nice and fun, and yeah, we want to win, but for me, it's the experiences and being around the kids and the great staff that we have.
Last week, you showed some sets with Sean Ashenfelder and Nicky Williams, kind of a RPO. and those worked really well against a tough run defense. Are you planning on bringing that out this week at all against Mandarin?
We're doing the best we can. Mandarin's very good on the defensive front. Their front and their structure's a little bit different than Buchholz. So in every week, the same things don't necessarily apply. Obviously, we think we have some pretty good dynamic quarterbacks, and they bring different skill sets to the game, but both very effective. So we'll try to highlight those kids' strengths. That's our goal every week, to make sure that their strengths are highlighted, and we're playing to the best of our ability.
And last question I got for you: what are some of those things that are going to be game winners that make a difference to beat this Mandarin team?
I think it's just the same things that we harp on every week. And when you play a team that's as supremely athletic like Mandarin is, you have to really do those things. So for us, it's not giving up big plays on defense, which was a problem last week, and a problem against Nice. And then also taking care of the ball on offense. Just making sure that we're not giving them easy scoring opportunities for the football, making them earn everything, and then winning the special teams battle. For us, those are the things. And when it comes to talking about big plays, staying on top of receivers and tackling are two of the key components to that. So we've really gone back to fundamentals on those things, and hopefully it shows up Friday.
I'm here with Coach Sean McIntyre, and Coach, I wanted to start off by talking about the athletic. Well, there is Coach Mack. He's going to be facing a team he was an assistant on, and for Mandarin head coach Toby Bullock, he was an assistant on this Creekside staff at one point. So each head coach will be facing their former team tonight. But what will it take for one team to get the edge? Well, I think this is all going to start on the defensive side of the ball. It's no secret that these teams both have high-powered offenses. I think tonight's matchup will come down to who can get the stops on defense when it matters most. That'll do it for pregame. We will be right back after this. Teams are taking the field. We are 6 minutes away from kickoff. Got a great one coming up here on Schlick Sports. Creekside and Mandarin coming up next here on Schlick Sports. Tonight's matchup will come down to who can get the stops on defense when it matters most. That'll do it for pregame. We will be right back after this. Teams are taking the field. We are 6 minutes away from kickoff. Got a great one coming up here on Schlick Sports. Creekside and Mandarin coming up next here on Schlick Sports. Welcome into Mandarin High School as the teams get ready to take the field. We are 3 minutes away from kickoff here at the Coral, as it says on the scoreboard. Beautiful night for football out here at Mandarin, and man, couldn't have a much better matchup. Two teams come in at 3-1, and great atmosphere here tonight. A live DJ at Mandarin. Got a great atmosphere over here at biggest high school football stadium I have ever seen. As teams get ready to make their entrances, Mandarin in yellow tops with green pants. They have a big tunnel in the middle of their home bleachers that they're about to run out of through a big orange Mandarin banner as the teams are meeting at the middle of the field for the coin toss. We got a nice crowd out here tonight. Red, white, and blue is the theme for the Mandarin. Students Creekside got a good crowd on the opposite end. Band is in attendance, along with a few parents and students who traveled over to Mandarin High School to catch tonight's game. Packed house here on the Mandarin side of the field. Behind the end zone, it's a cool feature. They got a big bronco, big horse up on its hind legs. Man, very cool facility here. The field looks great. We are ready, just 2 minutes away from tonight's game. We'll take a quick break for the coin toss and the national anthem. We'll be right back after this with Creekside and Mandarin. Are 3 minutes away from kickoff here at the Coral, as it says on the scoreboard. Beautiful night for football out here at Mandarin, and man, couldn't have a much better matchup. Two teams come in at 3-1, and great atmosphere. We are live at Mandarin High School as Creekside and the Mustangs get ready to kick things off. The national anthem has been performed. Mandarin is on the field. The Knights making their entrance now as we are just moments away from kickoff between these two teams. Like I said before the break, we have got a great one on hand tonight. Mandarin and the Knights, each coming in 3-1. Creekside coming off of a close 6-point loss to one of the best teams in the state, the Buchholz Bobcats, last week. And this is a battle of two of the most high-powered offenses in the area tonight. Carmelo Jones and the Mustangs coming off of a performance in which they totaled nearly 400 yards. The Knights, they did the same. Should be in line for a great game tonight as Ronald Darajati and Creekside gets ready to kick this one away. From the right side of the field from the broadcast booth, as there is a buzz at Mandarin High School as these teams get ready to go. The Knights in white jerseys with red numbers, black helmets with a red stripe on top, big red C on the side. They got black pants as well as socks. Mandarin got white helmets with the green stripe over the top. The Mandarin logo placed on each side. Red jerseys with green numbers and green pants.
Ronald Darajati will be kicking off for the Knights.
As Darajati gets ready to boot this one away, he's been,
Back to receive for the Mustangs.
well,
Number 9,
something
Kieran
on
Jackson.
this
Number 11,
Knights team this year. He's got a few onside
And
kicks that
here
have
we
gone the Knights'
go.
way. Last week, literally kicked it off of a Buchholz player. Knights were able to recover that onside kick, changed the course of the game as they were able to go down, cut it to a one-score game soon thereafter. Also completed his first passing attempt on a fake punt, and is right here. It's a squib off a Mandarin player, still bouncing inside the 15 where it's taken in. Now on the run, that's King Patterson on the return. He's going to be tackled back around the 25, pushed back around the 20. However, there is laundry on the field. Flag on the play.
That was Bruno Alves with
Bruno Alves in with the tackle. However, Mandarin going to have this one go against them. They'll back him up. Starting tonight's game, Carmelo Jones and this Mandarin offense been one of the best in the area. Have a solid passing attack. Have a great passing attack. Carmelo has been great. Had a game where he completed 93% of his passes this year as they're walking it back after, I think, a holding penalty on the kick return. But this offense has been near unstoppable thus far, coming off of a 30-point performance against Atlantic Coast last week. Jones on the season through 4 games has passed for 703 yards, 9 touchdowns, no interceptions, completing 63% of his passes. He's got some weapons, got 3 receivers outside. Jamie French now in motion, number 2. And that's going to be false start as they snapped it before he got into position.
That'll back Mandarin up for more. False start.
So that will back him up half the distance to the goal. Now inside their own 5-yard line, around the 4.5. First down and 15 for the Mustangs. Just getting started here at Mandarin High School. First play of the game, and after the kickoff, inside your own 5, not where you want to be if you're the Mustangs. Again, motioning over French. Jones going to hand this one off, and they are not going anywhere on the carry. Nice D-line there to stuff him up for a 1-yard gain on the carry. That was Tiant White. Weiss has got, that was his 53rd carry of the year, came in with 4 touchdowns, 342 yards, also plays a role in the receiving game, got 4 receptions for 78 yards and a touchdown. Now 2nd down and 12 for the Mustangs coming from their own 12-yard line. Clock running as they're going to give it again to Weishi. Weishi is not going anywhere! Ashton Anderson into the backfield. Just stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Knights defense off to a great start.
Stopped by Anderson.
Anderson has been a force on the D-line. He's got 4 tackles for loss heading into the night. Make it 5. Third down and long for the Mustangs. Again from their own 12. Let's see if they open it up with Jones. Play action. Looking to his left. Looking down the field. He's got him in. Did he get his feet in bounds? No, it is going to be ruled incomplete. Did not come up with the football. Was looking for Josiah Watkins down the left sideline.
Out of bounds.
Threw that from inside his own 5. That was a dot around the 35-yard line. However, incomplete. That'll force 4th down. Good coverage there from, I believe, Jalen Boyer on the play.
Andrew Kelly back for Creekside.
As Andrew Kelly back to return this punt. Knights special teams has been amazing this year. Kelly, a big reason why. As that snap went over the punter, Yazdia, bounced off of his hand and over the back of the end zone. That's going to be a safety. The Knights able to strike for 2. Well, I mean, they didn't really have to do anything. Voice crack.
Hey, can you lower it a little?
As the snap a little high. And it's going to be 2-0 Creekside. So safety, not how the Mustangs would have wished to start this game. They're going to have to kick this one back away to Creekside.
Shout-outs to our sponsors here at Mandarin High.
After the break, Knights off to a good start. 10:22 remains in the first quarter of play. It's 2-0. Creekside leads early. Welcome back to Mandarin High School as the Mustangs get ready to boot this one away after the safety on the failed punt attempt.
Logan Yazdia punting.
As Yazdia gets ready to punt this one off to Andrew Kelly and Bruno Alves. This is way high in the air inside the 50-yard line. That was Nicky Williams coming away with the fair catch.
As Oscar Earl for the fair catch.
And the Knights will take over on the 46. Inside Mandarin territory, the Knights offense take over. Wilson Edwards, the senior quarterback, leading this Knights offense out there. He's got Nicky Williams in the backfield, been one of the best running backs in the state. A complete back, can run, block inside, can run inside, outside of the tackles. Got great speed, great center of gravity. Allows him to get forward for solid gain, 78 attempts. He's rushed for 552 yards, 10 touchdowns on the year as it's a screen pass to him. Ain't going nowhere. Stopped in the backfield. That's Michael Weiss. In the backfield, stopping behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 11 now for Creekside. In the first quarter, 10 minutes on the clock. Creekside leads 2-0 after the safety. Punt attempt in the end zone. Another screen pass here. Again to Edwards left at quarterback. He gets it on the weak side over to Brendan McMillan. Only forward for 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 for this Creekside offense.
Carmelo Murphy and Kieran Jackson on the tackle for Mandarin.
Kieran Jackson in on the tackle, and Nicky Williams, as I mentioned before the break, is on the right. To his right, Edwards finds Ashton Reynolds for the first down, up by the 35. Creekside on the move. 1st and 10 now on the Mustang 35.
Jesus to Jesus. Pushed him
Even after being unable to break into the end zone in his last game, Williams has got 10 touchdowns, still leads 4S in that category, 5th in the state. And right here, they give it to him. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage, right behind it, 2nd down and 11. This Mandarin run defense, they're solid. Tough to get much going against this team.
And 11 for the Knights.
Only two of the 4 teams they've played have been able to put up 20 points against the Mustangs. They've allowed just 6 in their last 2 games. Dropping back to pass. Edwards looking deep. He's looking for McMillan inside the 10. Overthrows him by about 3 yards. He's unable to get to it. That'll bring up 3rd down and 11 now for Creekside. The Knights were able to get a 1st down earlier. 4 receivers out wide. 5-0 lineman and Nicky Williams off the left shoulder of Wilson Edwards, coming from the 36-yard line. 8:50 on the clock, 1st quarter of play. Edwards over the middle, it's tipped, it's picked off! It's picked off! Jeremy Upton with the pick! The safety comes through! He was looking for Ashton Reynolds over the middle. In double coverage, it was tipped up into the air. Upton came down with it. Now set up a 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs on their own 33. 8:41 on the clock. That was Edwards' first interception of the year. Came in with a 52% completion percentage. 8 touchdowns. That was his first interception thrown this season. And a nice heads-up play by Upton to pick that one out of the air. Now Mandarin takes over. 1st down and 10. They still trail 2-0 after Creekside was able to get a safety on the punt attempt from their own end zone. Bounced off the hands of the Mandarin punter, Logan Yazdia, over the back line of the end zone. And just like that, 2-0 Creekside. We got a baseball score. Iowa Hawkeye score. I'm a Hawkeye fan. Here at Mandarin High School, as they'll give it on 1st down. Weishi.
Hand off to Keon White.
55.
Weish.
Gets a few yards.
Is Cole Long able to bring him down?
By Cole Long of the Knights.
They're going to mark him down, however, behind the line of scrimmage. Looked like he fought his way forward, but they're going to say knee was down. 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage, so at the 32. They're on 32, the Mustangs now, 2nd down and 11. Line to gain at the 43. It's Tremel Jones. Got 3 receivers out wide with the tight end. It's a screen pass outside. And nice gain there. That's Kieran Jackson getting forward for 7 yards. Ryan Claudefelter in to bring him down. And flag is down. Going to go against the Mustangs. Didn't see what it was. But they're going to back him up from the line of scrimmage. That's going to be holding, I believe, from the spot of the foul, which was right by the 10-yard marker at the 33. So we'll do it again. 2nd down, 20 for the Mustangs. Same package as last time. This time he motions the tight end over. That's Daniel Anderson. As he looks, he's got a man. Josiah Watkins on the near sideline. Able to make the catch for a good gain. Up by the 35. Going to set up 3rd down and 8 after the 12-yard gain. Jones on the run to his right was able to make a solid pass, hitting his man on the chest. Right at the 35, forced out of bounds by Colton Laval. So here we go, 3rd down and 8. Knights corners playing way back by the 1st down markers. As Jones looking over the middle, just behind his man, was looking for Josiah Watkins. Josiah Watkins wasn't looking for him as it went over his back shoulder, incomplete. to set up 4th down and 8.
On the coverage. So
Now that
Mandarin will
is
elect
the
to
spot where
punt.
Mandarin,
Logan Yazdia back.
well, they've had success throwing the ball over the middle, exposing those inner parts of the defense where it transitions from corner to safety and linebacker, especially against zone defenses. That's been killer against some teams. But they're going to be forced to punt for the second straight drive to start the game. As Andrew Kelly back to return the punt, takes it in around his own 35, breaks a tackle up to the 40. Running to his right, he's got some space, breaks another tackle up past the 50. Shedding guys left and right. Forward around the 43, 42-yard line.
For Creekside.
Andrew Kelly with another nice return there.
Finally
Nice
brought down
return
by
as
number
he
4,
gets
Dalton
forward
Anderson.
for a good 20 yards on the punt return. Bring up 1st and 10 for the Knights at their 45-yard line. 6:41 remains in this game. Official timeout. Water break. We'll be back right after this. Creekside leads 2-0 here at Mandarin High School.
Either cheese
My mic has been off. Creekside able to get a 1st down on 3rd and 5. Raniclove had a screen pass on 1st, gave to Nicky Williams on 2nd to make it 3rd and 5. Then a big 20-yard pass to Brennan McMillan, got him down at the 18 for 1st and 10 inside the Mandarin red zone. Give here to Nicky Williams, gets forward for a yard. That'll set up 2nd down and 9 for Creekside. Wilson Edwards back out at quarterback, had a real nice throw. Placed it perfectly over the Mandarin defenders to get to McMillian. There's another give to Nicky Williams, another short gain for 2 yards. That'll set up 3rd down and 7 yards at the Mandarin 15.
3rd and 7.
Williams now got 4 carries, only for about 5 yards tonight. He hasn't been able to get anything going thus far, one of the leading rushers in the state of Florida, going up against another good run defense this week. Edwards under pressure, looking right, and he is drilled at the 20-yard line, in for the sack.
That was Carmelo Murphy.
Carmelo Murphy. Didn't see him play last game.
4th down.
The outside linebacker through 3 games still leads his team in tackles. Had 5 sacks heading into the night. He gets another one there. That's his 40th tackle of the year for the sack. And the Knights on 4th down will bring out Ronald Derajati to attempt a 37-yard field goal. The snap is good. The kick is up. It is tipped. Blocked by the Mustangs. And a great job there. It looked like Jonathan Mitchell got a hand on it. as it didn't end up close to the goalpost. So Mandarin comes up with a big block field goal on 4th down. Set up 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs on their own 20-yard line. As the teams get ready for this next possession, 4:02 remains in the first quarter. 2-0 Creekside leads. Tonight's broadcast is sponsored in part by Tom Moore, a real estate advisor for Watson Realty Corp, selling all of Jacksonville and St. John's, reminding you that now is a great time to sell your home because fewer people are listing as we draw close to the holiday season. Homes sell all year long in Florida, so go to TomMooreHomes.com. Contact him today. Tramel Jones, now under pressure in the pocket, rolls outside, finds Jamie French behind the line of scrimmage. He works his way forward, forced out of bounds around the 25-yard line by number 23 for the Knights. That is Ian Schultz, the safety in with the tackle. This is his first year playing varsity football, the senior. He just didn't come out. Lacrosse and basketball player, now a tri-sport athlete, had a big interception earlier in the year. That's his 6th tackle on the season as he's lined up across from Anthony Akel for the Knights at safety. They'll set up 2nd down and 5 now for the Mustangs as Tramel Jones gonna hand it off. That's Weishi. Weish works his way forward past the 30-yard line. He's got the 1st down, however, a late flag on the play.
Tion White had the handoff.
18 on the tackle.
Drew
As
Ward
Weish
with the tackle, with the flag on the play.
got forward to the 31. However, this one could be coming back. Targeting called on the defense, so that will put him forward 15 extra yards.
Personal foul, targeting against Creekside.
I've never seen that call before in a high school game. But that will move the Mustangs forward now to the 46-yard line. Near in midfield, it's 1st down and 10. 3:34 remains in the first quarter of play. Current score is 2-0. Creekside leads. It's Tramel Jones out of the shotgun. Finds Jamie French Jr. forward for the 1st down into Creekside territory. They're going to mark him at the 41.
That was Jay Boyer.
Jay Boyer there to bring him down. French already with a few catches tonight. He's offered by the likes of Ohio State and Alabama. One of the most talented young receivers in the state, as the sophomore's got a touchdown catch in 3 of his first 4 games. His stats total this year, got 19 receptions and 311 yards, 4 touchdowns heading into the week. Play action, looking to his left. He was looking for Kieran Jackson, but couldn't find him, as Jones' throw is a little high to the left. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 from the Creekside 40-yard line. 2-0 is our score. 3:16 now on the clock in the first quarter. Mustangs line up with 4 receivers out wide, as Dalton Anderson, who's normally lined up at tight end in this one, stands at 6'2", 195. Now on the outside. And looks like they got the Knights to jump there. Jones clapped his hands, and 2 or 3 Knights jumped across the line of scrimmage. So the Knights gift Mandarin a free 5 yards. Set up 2nd down and 5 now from the Creekside 35. Jones got a few D1 offers himself. Excuse me. He's right here. He gives to Weish. He gets forward for a couple yards up to the 33-yard line. Knights D-line stands tall. Ashton Anderson and Ian Mooney in on the tackle.
3rd and 3 for your
So
Mustangs.
3rd down and 3. For Mandarin. Jones, the quarterback offered to the bigger in-state schools, Florida and Florida State recently. Been off to a fantastic start this season, the sophomore, as he finds another top sophomore prospect, Jamie French, by the 25. Shakes off a couple tacklers before finally being taken down at the 24. Jamie French, already 4 receptions on the night. He's been all over the place. He's been busy, and he has been performing really well thus far. Clock running, 2:10 remains in the first quarter. Again, 2-0. Creekside leads after the safety on the failed punt return on the first drive of the game. Under pressure from Ashton Anderson, Jones was looking for French. No, that's Kieran Jackson, was looking for him towards the goal line. Might have been a miscommunication as he was looking towards the pylon, and Jackson cut towards the middle of the end zone. Ball landed incomplete. Set up 2nd down and 10 now for the Mustangs. Mandarin getting the play call from Toby Bullock on the sideline, and he's going to call a timeout with 1:59 remaining in the first quarter of play. We got a good one. Mandarin driving, but they still trail 2-0. Creekside leads when we return. Stop dealing with sketchy contractors. Work with a painting company you can trust. That One Painter First Coast is here to make your experience top-notch. Here's what makes them different. They will show up on time and send your quote in less than 24 hours. Most importantly, they do the job right. It's back in action. Oh, it's a one-handed catch! Carmelo Jones found Jamie French inside the 5-yard line.
One-handed catch down to the 2-yard line.
He brought it in with his right hand near the sideline. Jamie French, wow! Taken down in front of the pylon. Unbelievable catch by Jamie French Jr. That was in tight coverage. The ball placed a little high to his right. French was able to reach out and take it in. Now 1st down and goal coming from the 2-yard line for the Mustangs. And timeout on the field. This one going to go to Creekside with 1:54 in the first quarter. Wow. So now I will talk about That One Painter. Talked about stop dealing with sketchy contractors. Work with a painting company you can trust. That One Painter First Coast is here to make your experience top-notch. Here's what makes them different. They will show up and send your quote in less than 24 hours. Most importantly, they do the job right. They offer 18 paint and repair-related services with a 3-year warranty in case any issues arise after they wrap up. They're also committed to giving back to their local community through their Paint It Forward program. That painter you need, they're the one. Contact First Coast, That One Painter First Coast at 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. During the break, Coach Sean McIntyre for Creekside exchanging some words with the officials. He didn't think that French brought that one in. It looked like one official might have been signaling incomplete. But nonetheless, it's going to stand 1st down and goal for the Mustangs, looking to strike back. They trail 2-0. 1:54 remains in the first quarter as a heavy motion, half of the O-line. Motion left, the other right. And the flag going to be offsides on Creekside. That one moving forward half the distance to the goal to the 1-yard line. 2-0 Creekside leads, but Mandarin knocking on the door. As Wildcat snap to Tyan Weish over the goal line into the end zone for a touchdown, Mustangs. Tyan Weish in the Wildcat formation takes it in for his 5th rushing touchdown of the year to make it a 6-2 Mandarin game.
Ben Hip attempting the point after.
Weish coming off of a game in which he rushed for quite a few yards. Trying to find it in my notes. Is that one PAT through the uprights to make it 7-2 Mustangs. Strike back. 1:41 remains in the first quarter. Mandarin with the lead. Our score 7-2 when we return on Schlick Sports. Back now at Mandarin High School, minute 48 remains in the first quarter of play. As Mandarin coming off of a touchdown from Tyan Weish on the goal line stand. From the 1-yard line out of the Wildcat formation. It's now 7-2 as Creekside gets ready to field the Mandarin kickoff. He's out to kick this one away for the Mustangs, Ben Hip. As it's a squib kick up the middle. Kelly gonna take it in at the 14. He's running. Cuts to his right at the 25. Now to his right again. A pass to 50. He's got a black. Inside the 30. To the 20. To the 10. Touchdown, Creekside.
Andrew Kelly takes it all the way down.
Andrew Kelly
Touchdown.
with the 85-yard touchdown return. Makes it 8-7. Creekside responds. Unbelievable. Andrew Kelly's had some big-time returns already this year. His furthest going for 64 yards. And right there, he strikes Pater. Feels the squib kick at the 14. Gets a few blocks, and with his speed, he was gone. And the officials discussing something as Creekside lines up for the PAT. And they're signaling something against Creekside. Believe it's taunting. Touchdown will still count as Anthony Akel was yelling something at the Mandarin sideline coming off the field. Touchdown will still count. I believe the penalty will be tacked onto the kickoff. But Darajati out for the PAT. He boots it up. He boots it in. Creekside strikes back in about the fastest way possible. Andrew Kelly with the 85-yard touchdown return on the kickoff. Our score, Creekside 9, Mandarin 7. Minute and a half remains in the first quarter of play.
Once again, let's give a shout out to these
back at Mandarin High School as the taunting penalty tacked on after the play. Creekside will be kicking this from their own 25-yard line as Ronald Darajati out for the kickoff attempt. The Knights talk a lot about their special teams. I talked with special teams coaches Shane Bowers and Micah Canterbury this week. Canterbury's got some interesting outside-of-the-box thinking that they'll use on special teams in practices. Oh, it's an onside kick. They brought that out against Nice. It was up in the air, bounced off of a Mandarin player, and caught by a Knights at the 45. Creekside recovers the onside kick. Ronald Darajati works his magic again. Creekside offense will take over with the lead on their own 45-yard line. That is the second time they've recovered one of those this season. They pulled that out of the bag of tricks against Nice in week 2. First play of the game is right here. Screen pass out to Brendan McMillan, goes nowhere. Sean Ashenfelder in at quarterback for Creekside as he found McMillan on the design screen. However, blocks didn't hold. Going to set up second down and 14 at the 41. But as I was saying, he blew it up into the air about 15 yards or so as Mandarin tried to bring it in. It was spinning so much it bounced off of his shoulder pad, and Creekside was there to recover. After the snap, Ashenfelder rolls left, dumps it off to his right. Andrew Kelly there for it. Only going to get a couple yards, however, on the screen. They set up third down and 12 now.
Third and 12.
Ashenfelder's got an arm. Let's see if they open it up with him here. Got 4 receivers out wide. Ashenfelder looking over the middle. He's looking for it looked like Riedel. It went over the head of Reynolds. Riedel was right there behind him. Landed at Riedel's feet. And now set up fourth down and 12. So after the onside kick recovered by the Knights, it's going to be a 3 and out. It's been a long 2 minutes. A lot of scoring after Mandarin was able to punch it in for a touchdown on the goal line. Andrew Kelly returned the following kickoff for a touchdown, then the onside kick. Few incompletions. That's all happened in the past minute, 30 seconds of the game. There's now 13 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. As the snap way over the head of Ronald Darajati. However, he's still got room to punt. He gets it away just barely, and he was hit. That's going to be added on. It's a good kick, too. Still rolling on the Mandarin 31s where it settles. Wow. He was hit right after he kicked that one away. Kicked it from the 20-yard line. That's going to be a 49-yard punt. And the official is there to discuss the penalty. No official call yet. This could go against Darajati for kicking it after the ball was loose. It's the end of the first quarter. Time has run out. No, it's going to be roughing the kicker against Mandarin. Toby Bullock out on the field arguing the play. He is not happy. He's out there talking to the official. Getting in her face now. He is not happy. But I believe that's going to set up a first down for Creekside. It's the Mandarin defense. Another flag. That's going to go against Bullock. And is he... It's going on one of the Mandarin coaches. As they were not happy on the sidelines. The official made a motion. I believe someone was ejected. Yeah. Was someone ejected? Yeah, one coach is walking off the field. That's an assistant. He's heading to the locker room. And now Creekside will take over the ball again on offense. They're going to get the first down. They're going to head into Mandarin territory. And after 2 penalties, that's not good if you're the Mustangs. So after looking like it would force a 3 and out, we're going to start the second quarter with the Knights having the ball on the Mandarin 43. Interesting sequence there. So Knights back out there. Sean Ashenfelder still the quarterback. They're going to give to Nicky Williams. He gets forward, taken down by a couple Mandarin defenders at the 40-yard line. Deshaun Wise Minor in for the stop. So, no, they ran the play because of the penalty. So that will be the final play of the first quarter. So now the break. Creekside leads 9-7. They got second down and 7 yards in Mandarin territory at the 40-yard line as both teams head back out for the second quarter of action. Mandarin crowd trying to get something going, chanting, "Let's go defense." As Ashenfelder and the Knights. Second down and 6. They're at the 39. And another give to Williams. Williams again stopped in the backfield. Nice stop there. Carmelo Murphy. And it looked like Calvin Roebuck also back there for the tackle. So third down and 8, the running game not working for the Knights. Nicky Williams hasn't gotten much of anything on the ground. He's under 20 yards, is looking to pass. Under pressure, Ashenfelder steps forward on the run, looking down the field. He's got Ashton Reynolds inside the 10. He struts into the end zone for a touchdown, Creekside. Wow, a 41-yard touchdown pass. A thing of beauty. Sean Ashenfelder was under pressure, stepped forward, looked for a second, like he was going to take it himself, rolling right on the run. Fired a perfect pass. That was taken in by Reynolds at the 8-yard line. And he had nobody within 15 feet of him and the end zone. As the PAT is good, Creekside has taken over in these past few minutes. They lead 16-7. Mandarin looking to strike back when we return. 11 minutes, 19 seconds remain in the second quarter. Again, our score 16-7 here on Schlick Sports. Welcome back to Mandarin High School. 11 minutes, 19 seconds remain in the second quarter of play as Ronald Darajati boots this one away, as muffed it a little bit, was able to hold on. Only forward to about the 17-yard line on the return. As Colton Laval in on the tackle.
And your Mustangs will take over.
Officially marked down at the 17-yard line. The Mustangs got to get something going with their offense. They were able to get a touchdown on their last drive before the kick return for a touchdown for Creekside. The onside kick, the penalty that gave the Knights the first down. And then the Knights were able to strike for a 41-yard Ashenfelder to Reynolds touchdown connection soon thereafter. It's Tramel Jones in this Mandarin offense. Under pressure, Jones rolls right. Able to get the first down and more up to the 32-yard line. Kieran Jackson on the reception.
Pass complete to Jamie French.
Or no, Jamie French, because who else? French there has already got over 5 receptions. Tonight came in with 19 through 4 games. And he's made a huge impact on tonight's game. As a give there to Weish. Weish ain't going nowhere.
Stopped by Elias Kagan.
As Elias Pagan into the backfield, get the stop at the 29-yard line. Set up second down and 13 now for the Mustangs. Our score 16-7. Creekside leads. 10:40 remains in the second quarter of play. Jones rolls to his left, looking for a man on the sideline. Josiah Watkins was able to bring it in, but he wasn't able to get a foot inbounds on the sideline.
Out of bounds.
As Parker Mingus was able to come over and force him out. It looked like he might have been able to get a foot down, but Mingus was able to hit him in the air, force him out. It was a great catch, though. Solid ball placement. But it's now third down and 13 for the Mustangs. Jones got Weish lined up behind him. And, they got him to jump. That's going to be the third offsides penalty on this Knights defense tonight. Knights got a good crowd on the opposing side. They got the biggest away bleachers I have ever seen over here. They're about 50% full, too. It's now third down and 8 for the Mustangs. Jones claps, takes the snap. Under pressure, Ashton Anderson and Cole Long are there to bring him down. Ashton Anderson was there first. Cole Long quickly tagged along, and they were able to sack him at the 32-yard line to set up 4th and 10, and a Mustang 3 and out. Logan Yazdia out for the punt. Creekside with a 16-7 lead. 9:50 now remains in the second quarter. 4th down and 10 from their own 32. Yazdia able to boot this one away. It's good. Gonna be taken in. No, muffed by Kelly. It's off his hands by the 40-yard line. He returns it, though. Had to go back, recover it at the 35. Moving to his left, was able to get up to the 40 before being taken down. So it looks like Sean Ashenfelder coming off of a big 41-yard touchdown pass to Ashton Reynolds back out as quarterback for the Knights. This is their worst starting field position of the night, I believe. No, it is their second worst, as their first was, I believe, at the 35 of Mandarin. But they've definitely been winning the field position battle tonight, as was looking to hand it off to Nicky Williams. Fell out of the hand of Sean Ashenfelder. Williams dove on top of it, but still going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage.
Tackled by Calvin Ropa.
And going to be 2nd down and 14 at the 31 for for Creekside. I said that wrong. Their worst starting field position was on Creekside, 35. As Ashenfelder with a nice pass over to Brendan McMillan. Rolling right, had a little pressure coming from behind. Was able to find Brendan McMillan up by the 48-yard line. Going to set up 3rd down and 2. Sean Ashenfelder looked good tonight. Now 4 of 5 passing. Up over 50 yards for a touchdown pass as well. And the Knights got Mandarin to jump for a change. As looked like 2 Mustang defenders jumped over the line of scrimmage. Now moving forward 5 yards, giving the Knights a 1st down. Now into Mandarin territory at the 47. 9:15 remains in the 2nd quarter. Again, we got a 16-7 Creekside ball game. And Ashenfelder takes it himself.
Sean Ashenfelder at quarterback.
Another good gain. He brought that out a few times. Had a big rushing touchdown last week.
2nd down and 2 or 3.
Rushed for 100 yards, I believe. Maybe it was 83. Don't have the official stat in front of me, but he got it done with his legs mostly last week. And right there, he rushes forward for 8 yards. 2nd down and 2. Nicky Williams' turn. Breaks the tackle and out of bounds up by the 24-yard line. Got a nice block. Was able to get his way out left up by the sideline. More blocks, more open space. Took a few Mustangs to finally knock him out at the 24. Knights closing in on the red zone. Ashenfelder, play action, takes it himself up the middle with space. Up by the 10-yard line, brought down at the 11. Same play they ran multiple times against Buchholz last week. A fake to Williams. Ashenfelder took it himself to his right. And that's what having a dual threat at quarterback can help you with. You got a running back like Williams. And you got a defense guessing. On a play like that, that's a good fake. You sell it, they got to take a guess, and most of the time, they're heading for the running back. Ashenfelder's got a good amount of yardage. There's going to be a timeout called by Mandarin. Creekside inside the red zone, 11 on the 11-yard line. 8:22 remains in the 2nd quarter of play. Knights lead 16-7. Now time for a quick word from one of our sponsors, Tom Moore. To him now. As the teams each march back out onto the field. 1st down and 10 at the 11. The Mandarin 11 for Creekside is Ashenfelder. Tries to get Mandarin to jump. Looks back to the sideline for the play call. Gets it. Gonna hand off to Williams. He's got a little hole up the middle. Able to dive forward up around the 6-yard line. Official marking gonna be in between the 6 and 5. Gonna be 2nd down and 4 for Creekside. They've been driving. Ashenfelder fakes to Williams, takes it himself, running towards the right pylon. He dives. He's in. Touchdown, Creekside. Sean Ashenfelder with another rushing touchdown. That's his 3rd of the year. The sophomore stands at 6'1", 170, and he can run right there. Dives inside the pylon and extends the Creekside lead to 22-7. Creekside now has scored 20 unanswered points And with the PAT, make it 21. Our score, Creekside 23, Mandarin 7. We're going to step away here for a quick break. We got 7:53 remaining in the second quarter when we return. Back at Mandarin High School, the Knights have scored 21 unanswered points. This came in as a battle of the offenses, and the Knights have won that battle thus far. Been one of the best offensive teams in the state, scored 40 points in 3 of their first 4 games. And tonight they're on pace to do so. 7:53 remains in the second quarter as Darajati boots to the back of the end zone for a touchback. Mandarin going to take over 23-7, Creekside with the lead. As this a team that's come in and done really well offensively, and their defense has only allowed 20 points twice. The most they've allowed, 27 to Bulls. In the only game they've lost, they've allowed 23 through a quarter and a half now to Creekside. As play action, Jones again under pressure. He's been under constant pressure by the Knights D-line tonight, and this time he takes it himself. Has been known to run too much. But right there, he's able to gain 4, get up to his own 24-yard line. 2nd down and 6 on 4 carries this year. Coming into tonight, he's got -3 yards. Now make it 5 carries for 1 yard. He's fumbled 5 times according to Max Preps this year. Got to hold on to the ball, especially in a game where you're trying to come back like this. 4 receivers, 2 on each side, and they give to Weiss. Weiss gets forward to the 35, dives forward as he's tackled by Ashton Anderson and Nathan Hernandez, but able to get up to the 37-yard line for a 1st down and 10. For the Mustangs, that's their first 1st down in a while. Let's look for a second. Momentum was theirs. And that, ever since that kick return for a touchdown from Andrew Kelly, it's been all Creekside. But right here on the screen pass, the Knights cannot bring him down. Don't have a yard. A number. And Kieran Jackson was there. A screen pass behind the line of scrimmage. Got a good block, was able to get up towards the 50-yard line, then went backwards, was tackled at the 47. An official timeout for a water break going to be taken here. 6:39 remains in the second quarter. Our score, Creekside 23, Mandarin 7 when we return. Sorry, I have Tourette syndrome, so I'll make this here. Welcome back now to Mandarin High School. First down and 10 for the Mustangs. After back-to-back first downs, they're driving on their own 47. They trail 23-7. 6:15 remains in this first half of play as Jones rolling right, throws on the run. He's got a man up by the 40-yard line. Guess who? Kieran Jackson.
With the catch.
His second in the last two plays gets forward for back-to-back first downs now into Creekside territory up to the 40-yard line. Mandarin looking to cut this back down to a two-score ball game. Three receivers out wide. He gives to Weish. Weish powering forward. Able to get 3 yards on the carry as he gets forward to the Knights' 37-yard line. Cole Long and Drew Warwick announced in there on the tackle. Second down and 7. Clock running, 5:40 on the clock. Second quarter of play, Creekside leads 23-7. Is Tremel Jones, play action. Looking downfield, he's under pressure, motioning for a man to go to the end zone. And as he rolls out right, he just throws it away before being sacked. Tried to do anything there, extended the play. Kind of surprised he didn't try and get a few yards out of it with the scramble.
Third down.
But he had a defender gaining on him. Just decided to get rid of it. Bring up third down and 7. Got a beautiful sunset over the visiting bleachers right now. At the sky, kind of a greenish hash yellow between some dark clouds overhead. There's a tree line right behind the visitors' bleachers. Real beautiful view up here from the press box. Is on 3rd and 7, taking it himself, Tremel Jones. He runs out of bounds, but it's going to be short of the first down markers at the 30. He ran out at the 31. Bring up a 4th down and 1 in no man's land, as I like to say. Too long for a field goal in high school. And not an area you're going to punt in either. Luckily, 4th down and 2 yards as they mark him at the 32-yard line. Oh, pinkish sky behind the end zone. Beautiful here at Mandarin High School. But on 4th and 2, Mandarin gets the play call from head coach Toby Bullock, who was hired as head coach this offseason after the exit of Bobby Ramsey, former Creekside assistant, facing his former team tonight. On the opposite sideline, Coach McIntyre, former Mandarin assistant. As Tremel Jones looking inside the 15. He's got a man! They've got a touchdown! Kieran Jackson into the end zone. Mandarin strikes back with a much-needed touchdown. A great pass as Tremel Jones, coming from the 32-yard line, placed it perfectly over the Knights defender's shoulder. Kieran Jackson hit him in the chest, was able to bring it in under tough coverage, and able to run forward for a good 10, 15 yards into the end zone. And the PAT is good. We got a ball game. Back to a 9-point game. It's 23-14, 5:06 remains in the second quarter when we return on Schlick Sports. Back now at Mandarin High School after they had a push-up challenge on the sideline, being raised up on a platform in the air as a kickoff
Andrew Kelly with the return.
is away. Andrew Kelly on the return.
By Bevan Weeks.
Gets up towards the 30-yard line of Creekside. Gonna mark him down at the 28.
And Creekside will take over
Okay.
on their own 28.
If you don't follow me on Twitter, my handle is Schlick Sports. I'll be posting a sunset picture at halftime because this is one of the best I've seen. I'm also posting score updates for tonight's game and posting a whole bunch of other Knights and Jaguars content.
Hand off to Nikki Williams.
There's Nikki Williams on the carry. That's the second longest of the night. 5-yard carry forward to the 33. Make it 2nd and 5. 4:45 remains in the second quarter. 23-14. Creekside leading the Mandarin Mustangs in the second quarter of play. Sean Ashenfelder got 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. 1 rushing, 1 passing. And right here tries taking it himself. And gets stopped way behind the line of scrimmage. Up 3rd down and 9. It's into the backfield for the stop. Jackson Copeland, the junior, got 5 sacks on the year, 4 tackles for loss. Make it 5. It's Ashenfelder with the dot! Dropped by McMillan by the left sideline. That was a great pass, rolling left. Looked like it went through the hands or off of McMillan. He had beat his man. The ball placement was there. But instead of a 1st and 10 near the 45, it's 4th down and 9. Ronald Darajati out to punt, and a big opportunity for the Mandarin Mustangs. After scoring a touchdown on their last drive, their offense going to take over. They've been driving. With 3:58 remaining in the first half of play, they'll look to strike one more time, at least before half. Get back to a 1-score ball game. There's a great punt from Darajati, still rolling inside the Mandarin 30, down at the 26. Nice punt there. Make it a 40-plus yarder again for Ronald Darajati. Mandarin will take over on their own 26. So the Mustangs offense come back out. They trail 23-14. 3:46 remaining in the first half.
So Mandarin will start from their own 26-yard line. Tramel Jones back as quarterback.
Jones in the shotgun. He's got Weish lined up behind him. An I formation. I believe that's what it is. I act like I know more about football formations than I do. Trying to learn though. As Weish gets forward for a few yards. 2nd down and 7. I don't know, as an announcer, you're supposed to sound like you know everything, but hey, I'm a 15-year-old. I'm still learning.
Stopped by Anthony April, Ashton Anderson, and Drew Warwick.
As after a 3-yard carry from Weish, make it 2nd down and 7. Try to get the Knights to jump. Clapping his hands. That's worked a few times tonight. They'll do it again. 2nd down and 7. 2 receivers to his right, 2 receivers to his left. Jones takes the snap. Under pressure from Anderson. He fires towards the sideline. He's got a man. That's Anderson. Anderson wrapped up by a few Knights defenders.
Dalton Anderson.
As Drew Warwick and Nate Hernandez were in to bring him down. Warwick originally there, and Anderson, Hernandez, in to help him out, finish the job. However, it's going to be a 1st down for the Mustangs. Up on their own 38-yard line, clock running. Down towards 2:35 remaining in the first half of play. Jones, motioning Weish over. He finds him on the screen pass. Gets a couple blocks. Breaks a tackle from Ashton Anderson in the backfield. Almost a tackle for loss. Instead ends up For a 2 3-yard gain. It'd be second down and 6 yards, it looks like, as he was able to get forward for 4. Now this time, 4 receivers again. 3 to Jones's left, 1 to his right. Wonder if they'll look for Jamie French here, as he's been heavily involved early on. Hasn't gotten much action lately,
For Kieran Jackson, incomplete.
as he had Kieran Jackson wide open by the sideline, made a nice cut, had Bruno Alves beat, but on the run, passed just a little over the head of Kieran Jackson by the sideline. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Mustangs. 1:53 now on the clock. 23-14 again is our score. Creekside with the lead as the clock ticks closer to halftime. Jones from the shotgun fires over the middle. He's picked off. That's Jay Boyer. Boyer inside the 35. Tackled at the 34. Jay Boyer, the basketball player, turned football corner with the interception there. Creekside will take over in Mustang territory. That's his first pick of the year. He's athletic, he's quick, he's shifty. And he picks off Carmelo Jones. That's Jones' first interception of the season. He's been making really good decisions with the ball, and right there made a dangerous pass, and Boyer's there to make him pay. Now a quick screen pass out wide to McMillan. McMillan on the weak side of the field. Forced out of bounds by Antoine Belgrave, shorter. 2nd down and 6 now for Creekside. And Ashenfelder back in at quarterback, keeps it himself and gets forward close to the 1st down marker. It's going to be just short. 3rd down and 1.
3rd and short.
Clock going to stop at 1:13 as a timeout is called on the field. Or no, I believe they might be bringing the chain gang out. I don't know. They didn't signal for anyone calling a timeout. Looks like an official might be coming out to signal that now. And yep, out comes the chain gang to see if he got the first with this one. They mark him just shy of the 23-yard line. And out come the chains. Ball is placed. The chains have been set. And did he get it? First down, Creekside, just barely by the nose of the ball. Able to get forward for the 1st down, so Creekside advances. 1st down and 10 now on the Mandarin 23-yard line. 1:13 remains in the first half. 23-24, Creekside leads. They had scored 21 unanswered points before Mandarin struck for 6 with 5:06 remaining in the 2nd quarter of play. As coming off the edge. Great read, great play.
And stop hold by Carmelo Murphy.
By Carmelo Murphy. Tackles Williams in the backfield. 2nd down and 12. Clock still running, under 50 seconds now. Ashenfelder under pressure from Murphy. Dumps it off the hands of Williams. Pass was a little low. And Ashenfelder got hit hard after the play by Copeland and Murphy. And he was a little slow to get up. He signals he's all right. But Edwards out there to replace him. As he comes off the field, doesn't seem too pleased about it. He took a couple big hits last week and didn't return for the second half against Buchholz. They don't want him getting real hurt. And this one is rolling to his left. Edwards fumbled. It fell out of his hands.
So
Was able to jump on it at the Mandarin 34. Clock still running, 30 seconds now on the clock, so they'll let this wind down and maybe take one more shot towards the end zone on 4th down. Ashenfelder back into the ball game now. 15 seconds. Now on the game clock. Trying to get him to jump. No dice. Now under 10 seconds. Ashenfelder still just kind of standing there. They might take a timeout with 1 second left. That's exactly what they do. So 1 second on the clock, 23-14. The Knights can take one final shot for the end zone, try to extend their lead before halftime. They will return after the break, which makes this play interesting. Do you want to take a risk, or do you just want to dump it off on a screen or a quick slant and try and yards, and if something breaks free, then you get some points. That's great, but the last thing you want to do is throw a pick in this type of situation and have them return it for 6 before the break. So you never know. Teams discussing on the sidelines. And back out they come. 1 second remains in the first half. Knights on the Mandarin 34. Ashenfelder's got a big arm, and they aren't going to bring him out. Out comes Ronald Darajati. He's going to be attempting a 52-yard field goal.
Ronald Darajati attempting a 52-yard field goal.
I haven't seen him kick past 40. He had a 42-yard attempt earlier that was blocked. Mandarin sends a man back to return. He has a strong leg. The kick is up, and it doesn't look like it's going to have enough. It was accurate, but just short.
No good.
Taken in front of the goalpost. Time expires in the first half of play. That'll bring us to half. Our score 23-14. When we return, Creekside with the lead heading into the break. 17 minutes on the clock. We'll be back when that strikes 0. As we got a good one here on Schlick Sports. Knights will receive after the halftime break. We'll be back right after this. Halftime break on Schlick Sports. back at Mandarin High School. We have 10 minutes and 50 seconds till the second half of play at Mandarin High School. Our current score, Creekside 23, Mandarin 14. Stick with us through the break. All right, Coach. Any adjustments you're looking to make in the second half for this game?
Yeah, I think that we got to stop giving up a big play on defense. That was 2 big plays that they caught us on. And on offense, we've got to just be patient and keep running the ball. I think we got some things developing. We just got to be patient, and we've got to execute better in the throw game.
How do you feel about Sean Ashenfelder's performance in that first half?
Oh, he did a great job. He took what was there, made some really good throws, made some really good runs, made some really good reads. Just keep playing. That's we're proud of him and expect him. Wilson did some nice things too. So we're excited about running the ball here to start the second half.
And last question I got for you. Carmelo Jones is doing a nice job getting out of the pocket, extending plays. All right, Coach. Any adjustments you're looking to make in the second half for this game?
Yeah, I think that we got to stop giving up a big play on defense. That was 2 big plays that they caught us on. And on offense, we've got to just be patient and keep running the ball. I think we got some things developing. We just got to be patient, and we've got to execute better in the throw game.
How do you feel about Sean Ashenfelder's performance in that first half?
Oh, he did a great job. He took what was there, made some really good throws, made some really good runs, made some really good reads. Just keep playing. That's we're proud of him and expect him. Wilson did some nice things too. So we're excited about running the ball here to start the second half.
And last question I got for you. Carmelo Jones is doing a nice job getting out of the pocket, extending plays. How are you looking to limit that here?
Yeah, we got to do a better job with our ad rusher showing up when he escapes the pocket. He's doing a good job of that. Our kids up front are doing a good job of getting off the ball. So we just got to continue to get our ad rusher showing up when he steps out.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Well, there's Coach Sean McIntyre coming out onto the field for the second half of play as we get ready for the second half of action between the Creekside Knights and the Mandarin Mustangs. Creekside currently leading 23-14. Coach Mack emphasizing that they feel like they got some good things in the run game going, going to stick with it, be patient, and see if it breaks through. Something Nicky Williams does really well, wearing defenses down and getting big gains in the third and fourth quarter. We'll see if he's able to do so here in this second half of play as the Knights get ready to receive the kickoff from the Mustangs. Andrew Kelly had a punt return for a touchdown earlier in this game. Or excuse me, that was a kick return for a touchdown. As right here, he looks to continue upon his really good performance in the return game. Is getting ready to boot this one away. Ben Hipp, the junior, 5'8", 145, had some good kicks so far in this one. As we are just about ready to go in the second half of play, Creekside gets ready to take over on offense. Sean Ashenfelder has passed for a 41-yard touchdown and rushed for a touchdown as well. We'll probably see him out here in the second half as quarterback. As Coach Mack stated, done a really good job so far in this one, taking what's there and making the most of it. As running up on the kick now is Hipp, and it is up, and away. Bruno Alves trying to take it in. It's low, bounces on the ground at the 15, picks it up at the 17, breaks the tackle, got some room past the 30, got a hole, jukes a man past the 40. Bruno Alves past the 50. It's a foot race inside the 20 to the 10, inside the 5. Bruno Alves has returned it for a Creekside touchdown.
Touchdown.
Wow. And the Knights at an exclamation point coming out of the half. 6 quick points as that one went from nothing to something. Bounced at the 15. Knights just trying to pick it up. Alves took it in at the 17. Got a couple blocks, broke a tackle, juked a man, and outran the rest of them to the end zone. As Darajati puts it up, puts it through the uprights. It's 30-14 Creekside. Comes out and strikes quick and strikes for big time points. Now 30-14, back to a 3-score game. Mandarin gets their first turn. Coming up next. Mandarin High School. As Ronald Darajati puts this one up in the air, and they were covering an onside with that earlier. This time it's taken in, fair catch around Mandarin's 40-yard line.
Mandarin will take over on their own 40-yard line.
If you're just tuning back in after halftime, first play of the second half. Bruno Alves on the kick return. 83 yards to the house. Second kick return touchdown for the Knights in this game, as Andrew Kelly had an 80-plus yarder as well earlier. As Mandarin's first play, Weish gets forward for 3-4 yards before being taken down
A few yards.
by Drew Warwick.
Stopped by Drew Warwick. 3 yards specifically. 2nd and 7.
So 2nd down and 7 now for Mandarin, coming from their own 43-yard line. This place is quiet. Mandarin looking for something, and Weish might give it to him. Up the sideline past the 50, out of bounds at the 48, 49-yard line for the first down. Mandarin trailing Creekside 30-14. 10:59 remains just in the third quarter, as the Mustangs need some points on this drive. As we are 2 minutes and 1 second into the second half, and this Mandarin defense has already given up more points than they have to any other team. To be fair, this is the best offense that they've seen thus far. They've held their own, just a few big plays that have gone against them. As a zip pass. Oh, what a catch! Over the middle. That ball had some zip on it.
That was Josiah Watkins.
Had me speechless for a second. Tramel Jones found the sophomore Josiah Watkins for his 3rd reception of the game. Up at the 22-yard line. Great catch by Watkins as he went down and picked it up right before it touched the ground. Came towards the ball, dove at it, made the catch. What a play. As Jones now looking inside the 5, it's picked off. That's Jay Boyer again, his 2nd interception of the game. Brought down at the 37. Jalen Boyer.
That was Jay Boyer with the interception.
Interception at the 5, returns it to the 37.
90 yards until finally stopped by Deshaun Westcott.
Wow. Jay Boyer, the senior, this is his first year playing football in high school. Didn't go out for his freshman through junior years. This is senior year, mostly known as a basketball player. Real athletic kid, can dunk at 5'11". And this year he decided to go out with his buddies for football for his senior year. He started, came in the game with 11 tackles. He's having a standout performance tonight, as he just got his 2nd interception there. And on the screen pass, dump off to Nicky Williams. He gets forward for 5 yards, 2nd down and 5. 10 minutes and running remaining in the third quarter. And the ball's loose. Nicky Williams fumbled. It's picked up. It's a live ball. And the officials didn't follow. Mandarin celebrating like it's a touchdown. The officials are disgusting. I think they might rule him down. Nicky Williams. I don't think he's fumbled this year. And right there, they're going to say he's down. Mandarin not happy about it. As a horde of boos rain down from the stands. And the players still talking to the refs. You don't want to get in trouble here. You just got a big tackle for loss. And Toby Bullock is out there talking to the refs. He's not happy. By the sidelines, officials still discussing, explaining to players their call. I think at this point, arguing's not going to do anything about it. You just can't give free yards to Creekside. That's the last thing you want to do right here. After a tackle for loss, they'll set up. Allows and tackle. They'll set up third down. About 7 yards. And now they're going over to talk to Sean McIntyre of Creekside. And they might be changing the call. Oh, turn around. Offense stays on the field. So they're explaining what happened. And the final call, Creekside ball. So according to the marker on the field, it's third down. No, they're going to back them up. This is a weird sequence, hard to describe on the field. They've got the chain set first down and 10, again from the 42. And whistle. And a timeout on the field. So, while they get this all sorted out, officials timeout. Well, they get this sorted out. Let's hear a word from our sponsors. I just realized I read that sponsorship with mute on. So we'll do that again. Stop dealing with sketchy contractors. Work with a painting company you can trust. That One Painter First Coast is here to make your experience top-notch. Here's what makes them different. They will show up on time and send your quote in less than 24 hours. Most importantly, they do the job right. They offer 18 paint and repair-related services with a 3-year warranty in case any issues arise after they wrap up. They're also committed to giving back to their local community through their Paint It Forward program. That painter you need, they're the one. Contact That One Painter First Coast at 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. As things still getting sorted out down there on the field. Finally play some football. So 3rd down and 7 from the 45. That is the final marking on the field. And Coach Toby Bullock still on the field, still talking to the ref. .9:32 remains in the third quarter of play. Scores Creekside 30, Mandarin 14. As Creekside just fumbled but was marked down. Mandarin not happy about it, and now they're getting everything sorted out. They set 1st and 10 originally, and now it's 3rd and 7, finally getting lined up about 3 minutes later. 3-5 minutes later, and Now we're going to play some football. Is Wilson Edwards in at quarterback? He lost it! Mandarin says they got it, and after all of that, Mandarin's finally got the ball after a fumble to play after. Mandarin's fired up.
There was Deshaun Wise Minor.
As Deshaun Wise Minor came up with the ball. Mandarin's got it, first down and 10 in Creekside territory at the 42. 9:35, 30-14. Man, Creekside got lucky that first time after called down after the fumble. And right here, one play later, Edwards loses it on the scramble. That's the second time he's fumbled tonight, running with it. So now first down and 10 for the Mustangs. Golden opportunity to get back into this game. 9:35 on the clock. We're in the third quarter of play. 30-14 is our score. Creekside with the lead. Mandarin now on offense as he motions a man over. Jones hands it off. Looks like number 9, Kieran Jackson on the carry. That's his second carry of the year. Gets forward for 4 yards. Second down and 6.
Correction. Bruno Alves pushed him out of bounds.
Bruno Alves forcing him out there. He had the big touchdown kick return to start off the second half, and what seems like forever ago, but really it's just been a few minutes of gameplay. Jones, 2 receivers to his left, 2 receivers to his right, running back to his left in front of him. Now he's looking downfield and just overshoots Ethan Putz inside the 10. Ball went just over his hands at the 5. That would have been absolutely huge for the Mustangs. Instead, it's third down and 6. Excuse me, third down and 5 at the 37-yard line. As they look towards the sideline, get the play call. That's Bullock down there calling the plays. Mentioned he was hired this offseason to replace Bobby Ramsey. He's been the offensive coordinator at Atlantic Coast for 4 years. Offense averaged 22.5 points and 300 yards per game with him at the calling the plays last year. As Carmelo Jones with the carry gets the first down and more inside the 30. Down at the 28. First down, Mandarin. Inside the 30-yard line. Ian Mooney there to bring him down. But Mandarin now moving the ball a bit. Bullock was an offensive lineman for Marshall from 2002 to 2005 and is also a coach on Mandarin's weightlifting team. As rolling to his left, Carmelo Jones fires, got a man inside the 15-yard line, and that's King Patterson, his first reception of the season.
For a Mustang first down.
And the Mustangs, after the fumble, they're fired up. They want to cash in on the Knights' mistake. As a handoff to Weiss. Weiss fights his way forward inside the 10-yard line, brought down around the 7. A nice first down carry there. Now second down and 4. So here we go. Jones calling the play. Got a tight end lined up on the left side of the O-line, motioning a man over from the right side. That's the receiver, and he fumbled. It was coughed up on the carry and picked up by the Knights. Ian Schultz has got it. And after they recover the Knights fumble inside the red zone, the Mustangs make a costly mistake. And Creekside takes back over on offense. If you are Mandarin's coaching staff, you are not pleased right now. You have driven down inside the red zone, got a chance to cut it. Back to a 10-point game with a touchdown, 9 with a PAT. And the ball's coughed up on a carry. And the handoff is back out there. Quarterback is Ashenfelder. He gives it to Daniel Aprobato. That's his first carry of the game. Aprobato is a sophomore. Came into the night with 31 carries, 219 yards, couple touchdowns. He's a really talented back. He had a big game against Vieira earlier this year, rushing for 172 yards. As a fake to Aprobato, Ashenfelder takes himself there, and Aprobato hobbles off the field. He's hurt. He's able to get off the field limping. Doesn't want to put any pressure on that right leg. Let's hope he's all right. And Nicky Williams will come back into the game as the running back. Third down, about 3 yards now for Creekside. Clock ticking under 7 minutes now in the third quarter of play. Creekside leads 30-14 as Nicky Williams on the give gets forward for a couple yards, set up 4th down and 1. And out comes the punting unit for Creekside. I was talking earlier about the Knights and how they kind of go outside of the box on special teams. Talked with Micah Canterbury, and he said he has his kickers kick on 6-foot wide goalposts in practice. The regulation size is 24 feet wide. He made a homemade, using a lacrosse goal and a couple of poles he bought from Home Depot. He made a homemade little goalpost that's only 6 feet wide to have his kickers practice on. Is a timeout going to be called here by Mandarin before the punt? We got 4th down and 1 coming up from the Creekside 23. Creekside looking to punt this one away, but Mandarin may be thinking otherwise. We'll be back right after this. 6:19 remains in the third quarter. We got a Creekside 30, Mandarin 14. Yes, guys, we have a game. We'll be back after this. Back at Mandarin High School as Creekside gets ready to punt this one away. And oh, that's an odd formation. They're going for it. They ain't getting it. Ashenfelder handed off to Nicky Williams.
Mandarin will take over with excellent.
And now Nicky
field
Williams a
position.
little slow to get up. He'll run off the field. Looks a little beat up there. I'm not sure why you go for it on 4th and 1. They might have thought, hey, we can get this, but they lined up in a victory formation almost. They had 2 running backs on either side. They had a running back on either side of Ashenfelder, the quarterback. Someone lined up behind him. And I'm not sure. Like, you're up by 16 points. There's 6:14 remaining in the third quarter. You're deep inside your own side of the field. You just gave Mandarin good field position and a chance to get back into this ballgame. But the Knights, I guess, trusting their defense, or they thought they were going to get that. They saw something in that defense. They thought they could catch them off guard and get it, but no. As they have all night, the run defense stands strong for Mandarin, and out comes their offense looking for points. This Mandarin team, their last touchdown coming with 5:06 remaining in the second quarter. There's now 6:14 on the clock in the third. 2 wide receivers to his left and 1 to his right. Jones going to take the snap. He's looking left. And under pressure, he's taking it himself. He's got some space. Inside the 20, up by the 15. He jukes to his right. runs out of bounds around the 16, 17-yard line.
Gains about
Juke
7
back to
yards.
his right and might have lost a couple of yards on the scramble there. You haven't seen that too much from Carmelo Jones this year. Heading into the night, he only had 4 carries on the season, according to Max Preps, and he's got a few scrambles tonight. I believe that was his 4th, and he's got some yards off of them too. Now this time, 3 receivers to his left, running back right behind him by about 3 yards. Got a tight end out in the formation. Carmelo Jones readies for the snap. 2nd down and 5. Looking left, dumps it out to his running back, Weiss. Weiss has got space. Inside the 10, inside the 5, inside the pylon. Touchdown, Mandarin. And after the Knights failed 4th down attempt inside their own 25, the Mustangs make them pay, and they make them pay dearly. Mandarin on the 17-yard touchdown, the dump off. Weiss had endless space. Wide open between him and the end zone, was able to cut inside for the touchdown. And just like that, it's 30-20. Mandarin back in it, and they got some momentum too. Is out to try and convert on the PAT. Ben Hip. Kick is up. Kick is good. And our score, Creekside 30, Mandarin 21. Mandarin trails by 9. 5:57 remains in the 3rd quarter of play. Back at Mandarin High School as it's a squib kick up the middle after the Mandarin touchdown. Andrew Kelly on the return. He's got a hole! Past the 50! Inside the 40! Up by the 35. Another big return for the Creekside Knights. He had an 82-yard kick return touchdown earlier. Bruno Alves started off the second half with a kick return touchdown. And now Andrew Kelly with the big time return gets inside the Mandarin 35 up to their 33. And a flag. That's going to be a sideline warning on Creekside. They had a few of those called on them last week. So did Buholtz, the team they were playing, ended up having yards go against each team in that one due to sideline warnings. Sean Ashenfelder, the sophomore, back out at quarterback. He motions over another sophomore, Eros Toffer. And, almost picked off. He was looking for Toffer on the screen pass. And reading it perfectly was Braden Knox. He batted away. And if he had caught that, he could have taken that to the house. I mean, he would have. That was close. Would have been back-to-back turnovers on back-to-back offensive plays for Creekside. Oh, no, it wouldn't, because they failed on 4th down. So Ashenfelder now rolling left, now running right. There's a flag. He's looking to the end zone. It's intercepted at the 1. Eros Toffer brings him down at the 1-yard line. However, there's a flag on the play. And considering it came from the trenches, most likely that's holding against Creekside. I'm guessing it'll be declined, however. And, yep. So Mandarin will take over at the 1-yard line. And pass interference on the defense is going to be called. And a face mask against Creekside. So I believe all penalties are offset. Creekside catches a huge break on the PI call. And they'll take over at the 33, do it again. 2nd down and 10.
Offsetting penalties there.
So Ashenfelder takes the snap, and that was the opposite of a false start. He called for it. The center snapped the ball. He went, but everybody else didn't. And he still managed to get a gain. About 4 yards on the play. 3rd down and 6 for the Creekside Knights. Two receivers on either side of Ashenfelder. Play action to Williams under pressure. Rolling right. He's got some space in front of him. He fires over the middle, cross body. He was looking for Hampton Riedel. It was batted away. A solid pass on a tough play. Probably one he probably just should have taken himself. Probably wouldn't have been able to get the first down, though. And now, guess where they are? No man's land. It would be a 47-yard attempt from where they're at now. On the 30-yard line, our score is 30-21. Creekside holding on to the lead. 4:51 remains in the 3rd quarter of play. And on 4th down and 6 coming from their own 30, it looks like they might go for it.
Here we go, 4th down.
Offense lines up. They're going for it on 4th and 6. Rolling right, Ashenfelder under pressure, firing towards the end zone. He's got Toffer wide open. Touchdown, Creekside. The sophomore to sophomore connection remains strong. Eros Toffer with the touchdown reception. Came in tonight with 4 receptions for 62 yards. Most, if not all of those, coming with Sean Ashenfelder at quarterback. And Toffer, the sophomore, able to strike for 6 and extend this Creekside lead to 36-21. Ronald Darajati on for the extra point. It is up, and it might have been tipped, but it's still good. Creekside strikes for 6 on the 4th down, 30-yard touchdown pass from Sean Ashenfelder to Eros Toffer. The Knights lead 37-21, 4:44 remains in the 3rd quarter when we return. Welcome back to Mandarin High School. Darajati boots this one away, taken in at the 1-yard line. And, got some space. Jukes a man, heading up the sideline. Big truck stick. Up by the 40. Kieran Jackson on the return.
Close to midfield.
38-yard return. Mandarin will start
Ronald Derajati with the
on their
stop.
own 40-yard line. Ronald Derajati with the tackle. Official marking at the 39. I tell you, Derajati did get blown up, though. He's a kicker. And Jackson, full on, rammed into him at full speed, and that sent Derajati flying. Still able to get credited with a tackle, though, so good for him. As on the carry, that's Deshard Westcott, his first of the night.
Westcott.
So he's able to get forward for a
By
couple yards. Second down and 8.
2 yards on the play. Second down.
Our score 37-21. Here from Mandarin High School. Second down and 8 for the Mustangs with 4:27 remaining in the third. Is getting forward on the carry there. Deshard Westcott again. And a flag coming in after the play. Would have been forward for about a 5-yard gain to set up third down 3-4 yards. And the flag going to go against the Knights. So that will give Mandarin the first down. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Creekside. And that will give Mandarin the first down and get them into Creekside territory as well. As they trail by 16 points here at home. 4:18 remains in the third quarter. Still a lot of football to play. 2-score ball game. 37-21 Creekside with the lead. The Knights have scored 40 points in 3 of their 4 games. 3 more, and they'll do it again tonight. As still on his feet somehow, took a big hit from Bruno Alves in the backfield, but it looked like
That was Jamie French.
Jamie
with the
French,
string catch.
first catch in a while. He had 5 receptions early on in this game. And right there, took a hard hit from Alves, stayed on his feet, was able to get back to the line of scrimmage before being forced out by Anthony Akel. As a plane flies overhead, we set up for 2nd and 10. Looking deep, under pressure, rolling right. Tramel Jones jukes out of bounds. That's going to be a loss on the play.
Jones chased out. Loss of 2 on the play.
And they're going to mark him at the 40. So 3rd down and 12 for the Mustangs.
Forced out by Drew Ward.
So here we go. 3 to his left. 1, I believe that's French to his right. Come out of this formation a lot tonight. Trips, I believe it's called. Is looking downfield towards the end zone. It's a miscommunication. Jones was looking for the end zone and looking for a number. I believe that's Kieran Jackson. Cut back. Yeah, Kieran Jackson on the streak, curled back in. Jones was looking for the end zone, and Jackson curled back around the 10-yard line.
Logan Yazdia back to
So I'll bring up 4th down and 12. Yazdia out to boot this one off from their own 40-yard line. You hate to punt right here. And, it's over his head. It's over his head in Creekside, in their own territory at the 25. He kicks it away. Flag, they're going to call him for roughing. It's a great kick up to the 29-yard line. Almost got it back to the markers. That's the 3rd time that's happened tonight. Roughing the kicker going to be called on Creekside. Not sure if that's going to be enough for a first down or not. I think Coach Mack arguing out there that he hit him before he kicked. But officials having none of it. And a timeout going to be called by Creekside, as after the penalty, Mandarin going to get the first down at the Creekside 25. We'll be back right after this quick break here on Schlick Sports. Welcome back to Mandarin High School, as after the roughing the kicker penalty, it's going to be first down and 10 on the Creekside 25 for Mandarin. As Jones, play action and ball's out! Ball's loose, Mandarin's going to fall on it. It was play action, but the ball popped free after it hit Westcott, the running back. Westcott was immediately looked over, saw the ball on the ground, and fell on it, but going to result in a loss of yardage. Second down and 13 for the Mustangs. Westcott, the junior, 5'8", 163. Very similar build to the starting back, Weish. As firing over the middle, Jones! Oh, he had a man! Jamie French bounced off of his hands, was wide open. Had Anthony Akel beat at the 14, would have had a first down, and probably would have gotten inside the 10-yard line. But you don't see a receiver of his caliber drop many passes like that. Off the hands, and then batted down by Akel. So third down and 13. As I was saying, though, the starting back, Weish. I keep saying Weishi. Junior, 5'8", 172. Westcott, junior, 5'8", 163. So Westcott in the game now. Passing. Jones finds Kieran Jackson. That's been his top target tonight.
Kieran Jackson
Completes it by the sideline around the 24-yard line for a minimal gain.
9 yards.
Fourth down and 9. It would be a long field goal from here. 41 yards and down 16. Minute 53 remaining in the third quarter as our score, Creekside 37, Mandarin 21. They're going to go for it. 3 receivers to his right, a tight end and a running back. Rolling to his right now. He fires. He's got a man on the sideline. Clutch play from Carmelo Jones and the Mustangs. Josiah Watkins, the sophomore, 5'8", 171, came in with 2 receptions heading into the night. He's been busy in tonight's game. Double that total with 4 receptions for some good yardage, too. Set up a first down and 10 inside the 15. A dream scenario for the Mustangs as they trail by 16. Under pressure now. Jones to the corner of the end zone. He was looking for Kieran Jackson, who had a little bit of space
Ian Schultz with the coverage.
on Ian Schultz. But the ball just a little bit outside of the end zone. Out of bounds, wasn't able to get it. Jackson. Now set up second down and 10. And a big one at that, coming from the Creekside 14-yard line. The Mustangs trail the Knights 37-21. And inside the red zone, you want to cash in here. Under pressure now. Hernandez almost got to Jones. Ian Mooney does, though. Jones was running left towards the sideline, and Ian Mooney there to bring him down. at the 15-yard line. Ian Mooney in for the sack. That's his first of the year. Ian Mooney's got pretty much something in every stat category. Got 30 tackles on the season, an interception, forced fumble. I believe he's got a fumble recovery to go along with that. Adds a sack to his resume with that one there. So 3rd down and 11 from the 15 Mandarin. This is a 4-down scenario. There's a flag on the play. Jones taking it himself. He's out of bounds around the 11-yard line. Flag coming from the offensive line. This one might be coming back. Yep. And it's going to be declined. So I'll set up a 4th down. For the Mustangs. And they're marking them back at the 15. Must have stepped out of bounds on the scramble. So 4th down and 11 for Carmelo Jones and the Mandarin Mustangs. 32 seconds remain in the 3rd quarter. Mustangs trail by 16, 37-21. Big 4th down play here. Jones. Trying to get the Knights to jump. Takes the snap. Trying to take it himself. He is sacked. It looked like Andrew Jenkins and Nathan Hernandez teaming up for the sack. And man, Mandarin was driving inside the red zone. Down 16. Time running out in the 3rd quarter with 24 seconds on the clock as Creekside takes over. A sack there, not even coming close to getting the first. That's got to be deflating for that Mandarin sideline. As Nicky Williams gets forward for about 4 yards on the play as there's an injured player. However, he's up, walking off the field. Good sign. As looks like 90 something. As time will run out in the 3rd quarter of play. As Creekside will have 2nd down and 6 when we return. 12 minutes to play, that's all we got. We got a 37-21 game. Creekside leads Mandarin when we return on Schlick Sports. Back at Mandarin High School as Creekside has the ball, 2nd down and 6, opening up the 4th quarter of play. And Nicky Williams has not been his night these past 2 weeks. They've been facing the toughest 2 run defenses they'll see this season. Buchholz and Mandarin. And Williams has held his own, but after a dominating start, you expect more. Is running up the middle. Sean Ashenfelder forward for the 1st down up by the 30-yard line. Of Sticks were at the 25, 26-yard line. However, there was a flag on the play. We'll see what this is. And the Knights heading back. Most likely holding on the offense.
I was holding on Creekside. 3rd and long.
So 3rd down. 15 is what it'll set up, and Sean Ashenfelder taking it himself. On 3rd, gonna get up for a 6-7 yard gain. Maybe 4th down and 9. Not near enough for a first, so Creekside will punt this one away with the clock ticking. Now under 11 seconds to play. 11 minutes to play in this game. So Darajati punts this one away. Gonna bounce at the 49. And working its way into Mandarin territory, will be down at the 42-yard line. So a good punt there from Ronald Darajati. About a 37-yarder. I felt the wind down there was down on the field at halftime, and man, at least then the wind was really blowing. So if you're kicking into the wind, that's not great. If you're kicking with it, it certainly helps. According to my weather app, wind's blowing at 8 miles an hour currently. Nice conditions for football down there. 74 degrees and a 0% chance of rain. That's what you love to hear. 37-21 is our score. Creekside leads Mandarin. 10.5 minutes remain in this game. Mandarin trailing by 16. Need a touchdown on this drive. And a great pass.
And terrific catch by Kieran Jackson.
As Jones finds Kieran Jackson for, I'm sure he's closing in on 10 catches tonight, I'm sure. I don't keep live stats, but he has been all over the place, especially in the second half. I feel like you listening, you've heard his name over and over again in tonight's ball game. So 1st down and 10 coming from the Creekside 46. Quick out to Jamie French.
Pushed out by Jay Boyer.
Who gets forward close to the 1st down markers. 2nd down and 3 yards here. It says 3rd down on the field, but I'm not sure if that's the case or not. Yep, changed it to 2. So a give here. That's Weish forward past the 35. Gets the 1st down and a couple more thereafter.
Who gets Mandarin another 1st down.
So Mandarin 1st down now on the Creekside 34. Looking for points as they trail 37-21. 10 minutes on the clock. We're in the 4th quarter of play. Creekside side making noise. As Jones rolling right, looking towards the 20, and can't find his man.
Pass intended for Kieran Jackson.
Kieran Jackson was his target.
Defended by
Just
Ian
threw
Schultz.
him.
2nd down.
Just threw it a little too far out in front of him. So he got a chance to hit him by the sideline. So Mandarin sets up for 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped at 9:50. Jones. 4 receivers outside. He's got a man. Fires. Caught at the 28. Forward on the run after catch. Up by the 25.
Pass complete to Ethan Putz.
As Ethan Putz was targeted earlier inside the 10-yard line. That's his first reception of the night.
3rd
And it's a good one as he gets forward close to the 1st down marker. It's going to be 3rd down and inches for Mandarin. I'm surprised to not see him under center, but Jones hasn't lined up under center the entire night, as that's a give again to Weish. Did he get the first? Yes, sir.
Who will get
Tyan Weish gets the first down
White will stop by number 55.
at the 23-yard line, closing in on the red zone. It's first down and 10 for the Mustangs. Clock still rolling, 9.5 minutes remain in the fourth. Again, our score, Creekside 37, Mandarin 21. As Tremel Jones takes the snap, looking to his left, and another miscommunication, something you've seen multiple times tonight, especially in the second half between Jones and his receivers, as either he was expecting someone to cut towards the sideline, or for his outman French, or for his man on the outside, I believe that's Jamie French, to cut back towards the 10-yard line. But either way, there was no one near that pass. Now set up second down and 10. Jones has performed well, been under constant pressure from this Knights D line, and there he is again. Forced to pass a little quick as the rush was there. It was a good one. As Dalton Anderson, the tight end, gets forward up to the 18-yard line, cutting that deficit in, cutting that yardage in half. It's now third down and 5 for the Mandarin Mustangs. And whistles. It's going to be a false start on the Mustangs. And on third down and 5, it goes from third and manageable to back to third and 10. And that is a mistake you cannot make in this situation. Time running out in the ball game is you got 8 minutes, 40 seconds left. You're down 16. Right there. You can't do that. You're looking to get yards. At least make it fourth and manageable if you can't get to the first. As right here, looking for the end zone. Looking for Jackson again. It's incomplete in the front left corner of the end zone. That'll bring up fourth down and 10 for the Mandarin Mustangs. As time running out, they've had a few chances on Creekside side of the field to convert, to keep the drive going and to get points, but they've been unable to do so much at all here in the second half of play. Is now setting up again on their 24, 23-yard line. The Mustangs, time running out to convert, get some points up. As under pressure, rolling right, Jones trying to take it himself, and he runs out of bounds. Far short of the first down.
Carmelo Jones with the keeper pushed out by
And Creekside will take over possession around the 16-yard line. So Mandarin unable to convert again on fourth down. And Creekside with points here could shut the door, put this one to bed. Coming off of a 48-41 loss to one of the best teams in Florida, the Buchholz Bobcats. The Knights against a tough Mandarin team this week. Lead by 16 as we close in on the halfway point in the fourth quarter. As Ashenfelder dumps it out, finds Brendan McMillan on the screen, who gets forward for a couple of yards. Second down and 8. I just had my fingernail scrape against one of my papers. That is a terrible feeling. If you like that feeling, we need to have a talk. Second down and 8. Knights killing clock. 7.5 minutes now remain in the fourth. As another give, that's Nicky Williams. Forward to the 20-yard line, going to set up third down and 7 yards for Creekside. Third down and 7 for the Creekside Knights. As Ashenfelder gets his team lined up. And whistle timeout, Mandarin, as they want to talk things over before third down. That is Mandarin's second timeout, I believe. And it comes with 6 minutes, 51 seconds remaining in regulation. Third down and 7 coming up for the Creekside Knights. They look to convert as they lead 37-21 when we return. Welcome back to Mandarin High School in Jacksonville, Florida, as we have 6:51 remaining in tonight's game between Creekside and the Mustangs. Is on third down and 7. Sean Ashenfelder fakes the give to Nicholas Williams and is taken down in the backfield for the sack. Ashenfelder, a little slow coming off the field, being tended to by the athletic training staff. So I think it's his head they're looking at, or his hand. He's on the far side of the field, opposite sideline from me, so as Creekside punched this away. That's high in the air. And it bounces on the Creekside 40, working its way up to the 50. Going to drop at the Mandarin 49.
Over at midfield with just under 6 minutes left.
So with 5:58 remaining in tonight's game, the Mustangs, I've said multiple times, they're running out of time to strike back. They trail 37-21 to the Creekside Knights. And timeout going to be called on the field. I believe that's an official water break. And now is a great time for our last sponsorship statement of the night. And a big thanks time running out. Now is a great time to tell you about our sponsor, our last sponsorship reading of the night. It's sponsored in part by Tom Moore, real estate advisor for Watson Realty Corporation, selling all of Jacksonville and St. John's, reminding you that now is a great time to sell your home because fewer people are listing as we draw close to the holiday season. Homes sell all year long in Florida, so go to TomMooreHomes.com. Reach out to him now. First down and 10 for the Mustangs, coming from the 50-yard line. Tramel Jones on the run to his right, finds a man complete. Josiah Watkins having a breakout performance tonight as he finds him by the sideline. Parker Mingus there to force him out. Now at the 38-yard line of Creekside. Chains move, that stops the clock as well as him being forced out of bounds. 5:51 remains in the fourth. 37-21. Mandarin trailing by 16. And need a points and a 2-point conversion. Touchdown and 2-point conversion is right here. Westcott, the running back, on the dump off, breaks a couple tackles. Gets inside the Knights' 20-yard line into the red zone. The Mustangs get a first down.
Another Mandarin first down. Pushed out by Jay Boyer.
37-21, Creekside leads. They're trying to close it out. A stop here on defense would just about do the trick. Come from the 19-yard line. First and 10, Jones looking right, Rolling right, fire into the end zone. He's got it in! Touchdown Mustangs!
Kieran Jackson.
Kieran Jackson. Don't think he's got a touchdown reception until now. He's made such an impact on tonight's game, been the leading receiver for the Mustangs. And right there on the crossing route, drags his toes in the end zone for the touchdown reception. And now Mandarin's got to go for two. They trail 37-27, and a two-point conversion would cut this to a one-score game. 5:34 remains in the fourth. Big-time play coming up. They line up with two receivers outside, man in the slot, tight end and a running back. Next to Tramel Jones. Jones looking left, looking for Westcott. No, looking in the corner of the end zone for his tight end, Anderson. He couldn't find him, just overthrew him. Anderson was wide open in the corner, but under pressure. Just led him a little too much. And Mandarin cannot get the two-point conversion. It's 37-27. However, they've given themselves a shot. 5:34 remains in the fourth quarter. We'll be back after this on Schlick Sports. We're back as Mandarin readies for the kickoff, and with 5:34 left, let's see, do they try for the onside here? Creekside offense hasn't done much in the fourth quarter, being very conservative, trying to keep the ball as there's the onside. At the 50, it's recovered, and Ashton Reynolds for Creekside comes up for it. Comes up with it. So the Mustangs unable to convert on the onside kick. So now let's see what the Knights offense can do with 5:34 remaining in the fourth quarter of tonight's game. They lead 37-27 over the Mandarin Mustangs. Let's see if they can milk clock. No, they give to Nicky Williams. Cutting to his right. Oh, we have one man to lose. But the shoelace tackle forces him down at the 41-yard line. Second down and one now for Creekside after the 9-yard carry for Nicky Williams. Mitchell in with a big-time tackle. He could have gone much farther. Possibly a touchdown run if he didn't get him tripped up there. Knights again just killing time. There's no play clock here at Mandarin out on the field, so you just have to keep track of time in your head. Look at the scoreboard, do the math for yourself. There's another give to Williams here up the middle. He's had more success on the outside. He hasn't been able to get to the outside much. And right here, they tried just to dive right up the middle. Just able to get back to the line of scrimmage. So now third down and one. Coming from the 41-yard line. Worth a note, Ashenfelder was a little banged up coming off the field on the last drive. He's back into the game at quarterback after being looked at by the athletic training staff. He's good to go. 3rd down and 1. Give to Williams. Jumps over a man. And it looks like he might fall just short of the 1st down markers. Gets up close to the 40. They're going to mark him down at about the 40 and a half.
Josh Edward with the stop.
So 4th down and 1. Let's see what the Knights dial up here. 3 minutes and 35 seconds and running in the 4th, and a 1st down here would be huge for Creekside. They'd be able to melt at least another minute or 2 off the clock if they keep running the ball. And if Mandarin does end up taking over again. And they don't have much time to try and make a comeback as they trail by 10. 3:19 remains in the 4th as a timeout is called on the field by Creekside. Our score, Creekside 37, Mandarin 27. 4th down and 1 for the Knights coming up next on Schlick Sports. Fourth down and 1. Here we go as we return to Mandarin High School. 4th in less than a yard for Creekside. Ashenfelder in the shotgun. Got Nicky Williams behind him. 3:19 on the clock. It's a nice try and convert on 4th. Trying to get him to jump off sides. Unsuccessfully. Mandarin stays disciplined. Doesn't bite. Now on the quarterback keeper. Diving forward is Ashenfelder. He has got the 1st down.
And a 1st down.
Sean Ashenfelder on the low snap. Pretty much picked it up off the ground. Sprints his way forward. Jumps up over the line. Reaches the ball out. Gets the 1st. So 1st down and 10 now for the Knights on the Mandarin 39-yard line. As they're just going to melt this clock away. First down and 10. Under 3 minutes now remain. Ashenfelder. Got 2 tight ends set. As they're going to give this one to Williams. Williams going to be stopped in the backfield for a 4-yard loss as Mandarin going all out against the run. They know what's coming. And a timeout. Believe that's going to be Mandarin's last. With 2:42 remaining in the 4th quarter. Our score, Creekside 37, Mandarin 27. 10-point game, 2:42 remains when we return. Welcome back to Friday Night Lights, Creekside and Mandarin. Just about wrapped up here as Creekside leads 37-27. 2 minutes, 38 seconds remain in tonight's game. Mandarin all out of timeouts. As Creekside just going to let this clock run. As 3rd down coming up for the Knights. As they have been just kind of melting this clock away the entire 4th quarter. They've done their job offensively, put up 37 points, led by a stellar performance from sophomore quarterback Sean Ashenfelder. As he's been getting it done not only on the through the air, but on the ground. got a rushing touchdown and 2 passing, with a 30-yard touchdown earlier on in the game, and a 41-yarder as well, as he takes a big hit on the quarterback keeper on 3rd down. That'll bring up 4th, minute 45, and running now remain. And with tonight's victory, should this result stand, head coach Sean McIntyre for the Creekside Knights will become the single most winningest head coach in Creekside history. It's got to be special for him to do it against his former team. Led the Knights to the best season in school history last year. Took over a team that had lost 22 straight games and ended that streak in his first game as a head coach, and advanced them to 4-6 in his first season. The Knights have slowly progressed and gotten better now in his 6th season as Knights head coach. He's got one of the best offenses in the state and are a minute and 12 seconds away from starting off 4-1 and getting a big win over this Mandarin Mustang team. It's timeout called by Creekside. Minute 12 on the clock as they get ready to punt it away on 4th. Mandarin having trouble getting guys out on the field, getting position swap. So here we go. As Darajati boots this one high into the night sky. It's taken in by Josiah Watkins at the 15, returns it up to the 22-yard lines where they're going to mark him down. Actually, no, the 23. Also dove forward on the sideline for some extra yardage. And now Mandarin hoping for a prayer to be answered. Minute and 4 seconds remain in tonight's ball game, and they trail 37-27. This Creekside Knights team taking over on their own 23. Knights defense just got to stand tall, get one more stop, and even if they don't get a stop, just recover an onside kick, and it's about done. And I think there was a penalty on the play, so I'll back them up for 1st down and 10 now on their own 12-yard line. Mentioned before the break, Coach McIntyre will become the winningest head coach in program history if tonight's result stands. Tied Greg Stanton as the winningest coach in Creekside history against Glen Academy a couple weeks ago with a 21-20 thrilling victory as Carmelo Jones tries to take it himself. He is sacked. In the backfield, Cole Long there to bring him down. Fell just short of upsetting one of the toughest teams in the state. Buchholz last week said it's 5 more minutes, they would have had him. And I agree, they were coming back, recovered an onside 1 yard short. Lost 48-41 in the end as Jones rolling out left. 28 seconds on the clock. He gets the 1st down and runs out of bounds. Close to the 25-yard line. And a flag after the play. We'll see what this is. "24 seconds. That's where the clock stops. Still waiting on an official signal. That's going to be against Creekside, so move Mandarin forward. And no, they call one against Mandarin as well, and sportsmanlike on each side. And were there 2 against Mandarin? Because they're backing him up. Or no. Yeah, so on sportsmanlike on Mandarin, we'll back him back up inside the 20-yard line. Closer to the 10 at the 11. We'll do it again. 1st down and 10, 24 seconds on the clock. As Jones firing towards the sideline, caught at the 22-yard line. By Kieran Jackson, but he made a nice catch and then hit Bruno Alves on the face trying to go for a stiff arm. Or he'll either be called for a face mask. I believe that's what he's going to be called with. So we'll see what this is. This is an interesting play because you can't just hit a guy. Could be unnecessary roughness. I don't know. So as the officials discuss, there's 14 seconds on the clock. And illegal hands to the face, I believe, was the call. And then I believe they called one against Creekside. So back to the original spot. We'll do it again. Or no, they called one against Creekside too, so they'll walk him back forward. Penalty's going to go against Creekside. Now up to their own 26 is Mandarin with 14 seconds left. So here we go, first down and 10 from the 25, 26-yard line. As Jones fires a little high. Was looking for number 15, Ethan Putz. Looked his way a few times tonight. Putz had the big touchdown reception earlier in the fourth. And right here, that one a little high, couldn't get to it. So here's Jones. Handoff. Weish. And no, excuse me, that's not Weish. That's Brian Johnson Jr. up to the 33, and that'll be the last play of the game as Creekside takes this one by a score of 37-27, and that will make head coach Sean McIntyre the winningest head coach in Creekside football history. Congrats to Coach Mack as the Knights advance to 4-1 on the season. They'll return next week to face Oakleaf on the road. I will not be here for that one. Hopefully I'll be back in time for their matchup on the 14th against Bartram Trail. But for now, I'm Noah Schlicksup signing off. Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching here on Schlick Sports. I'm Noah Schlicksup.